dynamic Wi-Fi.
Welcome back to San Diego, people. I'm Alan Denton. The local nonprofit Home Start offers free tax consultations for individuals and families who qualify. Joining me now is Laura Tancredi-Basie, CEO of Home Start. Laura, being with us today.
Thank you for having me, Alan.
Home Start, it's new to me. Tell me about what it's all about. I'm sure there are people who haven't heard of it, even though you've been around for a long time.
Yes, Home Start, we're in our 46th year, and so our mission has always been around preventing child abuse and neglect and strengthening families that are at risk. So we've been serving families for 46 years and a wide variety of services.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to taxes,
Yes.
Who qualifies and what specifically do you help people with when it comes to their taxes individually?
Great. Well, we have a program that's called Family Self-Sufficiency. So the whole purpose of that program is to help families be stronger, to become self-sufficient, and to be the best selves they possibly can be. So employment is one piece of that. We help people get jobs and then get better jobs. We do financial literacy education. So once they get that tax return, they use it wisely, and we do free tax preparation. So that's what's happening right now. We have several sites in the central region, southeast San Diego, City Heights, and then in East County in El Cajon.
And I'm sure you're seeing a lot of people in those offices, aren't you?
We're seeing a lot of people in those offices, and the taxes are all free. We have a small paid staff, and then we train quite a few volunteers that come in and help do those taxes. And I heard a great success story the other day, if you'd like to hear that.
Sure, share it with us.
So one of our volunteers came back and said, I helped this young mom. She came in for her tax appointment. She had 3 young children, and she said, how much money do you think I'm getting back? I think maybe I'll get $300 or $400 back. It's really important because I just moved into a new apartment. I don't have anything yet. I don't have any furniture, and I'd like to buy some bedding, some pillows, some blankets for my children. Well, the volunteer looked down at the screen and said, you're going to get a lot more than that. And she said, how much? Almost $9,000 of tax return because of all these credits that are out there. She was in tears. She said, I'm going to buy furniture, bedding, everything, clothing for my children. So lower income families, when they get these tax returns, they get these returns, it changes their lives.
I can imagine.
They take those refunds and they spend them. They buy things that they need.
It goes back into the economy.
It goes back into the economy, and it really helps, the lives of families that really deserve that.
Yeah. So who qualifies for, let's say, the tax service itself?
Okay, well, our actual service is anybody with an income of $55,000 or below, you can get your taxes done for free.
That's great.
Absolutely free.
And the other thing I was wondering, from the standpoint of questions, when people come in to say, I want to help getting my taxes filed, what are some of the questions they ask? What are they unfamiliar with? I'm sure there's a lot because we've got changes coming up next year.
Sure. Well, I think some of the questions are any of these changes going to affect me now? But really, for a lot of the families that come in and get their taxes done for free, they just want to know how they can get the most of the refund. There's, I think, $1.8 billion of earned income tax credits in California that aren't claimed. Then there's the child care tax credit. So there are tax credits, especially for lower income families. So being educated about those credits, finding out how much money they're going to be getting back really makes a difference for these families. And some people are nervous. We also can do back taxes. Some people have been
How far back can you go on that?
That's a great question. I think 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So people that have been avoiding it are afraid.
They may owe taxes instead. They're, the money's there
because
for
of all
them.
those credits that they're not aware of. They might even get refunds, and so it makes a difference for our local families.
So when you're seeing a lot of people in now, I guess the big rush, obviously, as it gets closer to the deadline, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's sort of a different. There's the people that come right away because they're getting a refund and they know it. Then the lull, and then there's the folks that come at the very end because they think they might have to pay. But I haven't seen a lull yet. I just talked to my tax coordinator yesterday. She said we're full. Our appointments are full, and now we're also taking walk-ins for people as well. So if they call and our appointments are taken, they can still come in and wait. I try to bring donuts in on Saturday, so the wait isn't quite as bad.
You said you had some offices around the county. Where are they specifically?
Well, in the central region, we have a big office at the Jacobs Center in southeast San Diego, and then we have another office in the Price Charities building, which is in City Heights, and then in El Cajon, we have an office in a location that's called Little House, and so we're doing those are our 3 biggest sites, and we also will do some mobile tax sites. We're talking to some of the elementary schools that we partner with to bring a tax site actually to the school.
I would imagine you probably see more families coming in to get their taxes filed than individuals, but individuals can, if they're under a certain limit,
Yes.
a pay scale?
Actually, when I dropped in the other day on Saturday with the donuts, and there was an older gentleman, he told me he was in his 80s, getting his taxes done at our site. He said, you know, I live nearby, I heard about this, so he came in. So anybody who qualifies can get their taxes done.
Are you seeing people really apprehensive about what's going to happen next year with their taxes already?
We do see that. We do see that a lot. And I'm not a tax expert, so what's great about us is we partner with the IRS. The gentleman from before, we have an IRS partner. His name is JR. So if we're ever uncertain about any particular questions, we have the experts there. Our staff, several of them, are trained in advanced tax preparation, so they really have the knowledge. What we're saying is none of that is affecting this year's return, and we're happy to partner with you. And we'll do some education as we get into next year. I think our partners at the IRS will help us with that piece.
Well, that's a great service. Again, for people who want to reach you, contact you, what's the website address? What's the telephone number?
Our website. Best place to contact us because we have several phone numbers. So I say go to our website, which is www.home-start.org, and you'll see taxes, and you hit the buttons and you'll get the different phone numbers and anything you need to know. Our tax sites, our hours, we're open usually from 4 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night and on Saturdays.
Well, that's great to hear. A good service, great service, actually, and for people who may not be aware of it. I'm glad you're able to come down and be with us.
Me too, Alan. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And that's going to do it for this morning's edition of San Diego People. Be sure and join us for